What's up, guys? Six Shooter, bringing you a series called "What is the best pocket carry pistol out there?" And obviously, this is my opinion on this, but I've been working with this for about a year, and I think I finally have come up with what I believe the best pocket um, pistol for self-defense you can carry, and it is the SIG 938s and 238 families. And like I said, after doing a lot of training, a lot of work on these, I'm going to explain to you why I believe these are the very best ones out there. Um, there are some others that I think that are very capable, but I'll talk about those at the end. And those in particular are the car, the PM9s. One of the things that I did when I first started really getting into shooting for concealed carry was this: is can I draw the weapon and fire it at least twice, do a double tap accurately? And I'm doing this at a target, a non-moving target, training at 7 yards, 10 yards, and 15 yards. And when I was shooting the LCPs, when I was shooting the bodyguards, and some of the other pistols that have what I consider to be really hard, heavy trigger pull. We all know why they're heavy trigger pull. They have no safety, so you want a heavy trigger pull to make it safe. Makes sense. I get it. But I really spent a lot of time doing that. I burned up a lot of ammo, and I just could not get the accuracy down compared to these guys. These guys, once you get used to any pistol, you can be really accurate with it. But I gave the Rugers, the LCPs, the bodyguards due diligence, and just couldn't do it. Just could not get the shot placement where I wanted it to be consistently. Now, there's, like I said, it's a philosophy of use. These firearms, they're all obviously they're all opened up and they're clear and they're safe. You have to carry cocked and locked. That is true. And there's a con to carry something cocked and locked is the simple fact that you have to keep the safety on. 1911 style, you have to drop the safety to fire the weapon. But the pro to all of that is once you get this is a single action trigger. It's very light. It's very, it's very subtle. And what that means is when you shoot it, it's really easy to stay on target because the trigger is so light. I cannot emphasize enough, especially for new shooters. Forget how cool or lightweight or the gun is. I mean, those are important, but triggers make or break a pistol. And if you've got a big, heavy, lonking trigger that you've got to pull all the way back and come to the very end, in a stressful situation, you're going to be dipping because your hand is squeezing like this, and as you're pulling it, you're actually squeezing the firearm. And if you hold something really steady, and if I just pull, you'll pull down. And a lot of right-handed shooters that are new will pull down and to the left. It's a very common problem without training. So one may ask, well, gosh, I'd rather have a pistol that did not have a safety on it because in a stressful situation, I'm not going to be able to remember to do that. You do have to train. Practice that. Take an empty firearm and put it in your side. Make sure it's completely empty, and practice pulling it out. Doing that every time. Practice pulling it out. Doing that every time. Practice pulling it out. If you do that enough, it just becomes muscle memory and automatic. I even do it on pistols that don't have a safety now. That's how much I've trained to say, okay, I pull it out and my thumb immediately comes down, even if it's like it was an LCP. I just do it to everyone now. That way I just hit everybody across the board. But the key thing is if you go to a range with, in my opinion, with an LCP or a bodyguard or some of those with a big heavy trigger, even the nanos have a heavier trigger. Try that. They don't have safeties. Pull them out, aim at your target quickly as if it was an assailant coming at you, and shoot twice. And see how good you are. And for the intermediate, and beginning shooters, you're not going to be very accurate. With something like these single actions, that's why 1911s have been around for such a long time. That's why they're using all these tournaments, because they're extremely accurate because of that wonderful trigger pull. So this is my take. A stressful situation, right? You're not going to remember that. Well, remember it. Because if you have a firearm that does not have a safety on it and it has a bad trigger, you are not going to be accurately going to be able to hit anything beyond 15 feet. I mean, up close, I mean, any pistol will work, but you're not going to be able to hit anything accurately if you cannot control and if you're moving around a lot. That's stress enough as it is. So up front, yes, you have to remember to bring that down. But once you bring that down, you're going to be much more accurate with this style of single action pistol than compared to something with a heavy trigger pull. The other thing about these is they are small. You can carry, here's one with extended pinky grip. That's 7 plus 1. That's a total of 8. Plenty enough for, I believe this one's for the 380. If you don't like that size, and look, I've got big hands, I can get all 3 fingers on that guy. If you don't like that part sticking out, go with a low profile. That's a 6 plus 1. The reason why I mentioned both the 938 and 238 is I've noticed some women don't like shooting the more powerful 9mm. I mean, I like them both. I shoot them both very well. The first 938 I had, I did not shoot very well at all. I don't know if it was me or the gun. I ended up selling the gun and kind of came back full circle again. Bought this this SAS version, and really like it a lot. And shoot it great. I shoot it just as good as the 238 now. So of course, here's another one with a Hogue grip and a laser on it. This is a 238. This is a 238, and this is the 938. But for size, I've been playing around. Here's one with a Kydex holster. I mean, look at that. I mean, man, that is tiny inside the waistband. I mean, you can't get much better than that. Easy draw. You want to carry something in the pocket? Look at that. Look how small that guy is. Pops right on in. I mean, here's my hand. Look at that. I mean, that's small. So make sure I'm getting the message across. I'm not saying that the best carry pistol. I mean, I generally like one with a more larger capacity, but the best pocket pistol, I think, is the 6 Hours, the 238s and 938s. They're really well made. They're expensive. I mean, you're talking $600 to $700 for either one of these. But you're definitely going to get your money's worth, and it's going to last a long time, and they shoot great, and they're easy to break down. I mean, they're really simple to work on. You just pull them back, push that pin out right there with your finger. I mean, line up that slide where that notch is, just like that. Push that pin out, and it comes right off. Very easy. Comes with night sights. Better options, especially you can see in the dark. That's a great thing to have. Now, I mentioned earlier, I said that there's some other what I call honorable mentions, and that would be the CAR, the PM9, the CW9, some of their 380 size. Now, they don't have single action. They have double action, and but the double action is really nice. That is one that if you absolutely do not want to have a safety, even though if you train with it, it's no problem. It's real simple. But if you don't want to have a safety, I would definitely look at some of the 380 or small 380 or 9mm CAR pistols, either the full metal like the Elites, or down to the CW9s, PW9s, those kind, even the 380 versions. They have really nice triggers. So to stress it out, it's not name brand. I could care less about name brands. To me, it's what works. And what I look for is accuracy. Can I draw the pistol? Can I shoot 2 to 3 rounds? And do I have good shot placement? Me particularly, like I said, finishing up this video, I did not do well with the Bodyguard. The trigger's too heavy. Did not do well with the LCP even after all my modifications. Trigger really heavy. It's small. It's tiny. I get it. I understand why they sell. But you're just not going to be that accurate with it for intermediate, novice shooters. I guess with any pistol, yeah, you can train whatever and probably become great at something. I think you could be. But like I said, single action, there's a reason why 1911s are used in a lot of these tournaments. Why these guys win, why they modify the crap out of them with these wonderful light triggers and all this stuff. So anyway, that's my 2 cents. Throw out some questions if you've got them. If you agree, disagree, if you have more questions, let me know. Be safe. Have fun shooting.